What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Wager Zone podcast, guys. And this is UFC 318. We are going to be breaking down UFC 318, guys. So I'm going to be making a video out to later on. I'm going to be doing a actual video how I usually do it, but right now I just wanted to go live, do a kind of a live breakdown of exactly what I do, how I'm going through the odds. I'm going to be going through exactly what picks I'm going to be going against. So if you guys are here for the first time, click that thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the page, guys, and let's cash out for this UFC 318. UFC 318 is going to be a great event. It's going to be Dustin Poirier's last dance. It's going to be in, let me scoot over here real quick. It's going to be in Louisiana at his hometown. It's going to be his final dance. I do believe this is going to be a great card, especially for overall fight fans. If you guys are a fight fan, I think it's going to be a great card, so tune into this card. But yeah, excuse me, guys. I tried to rush it. Let me set this up how I'm supposed to be doing it real quick. Sorry about that. Try to rush this and see things. When you start to rush stuff, things fall. But like I said, guys, I'm going to be doing a breakdown later on. I'll be having PFL Africa. I will be having UFC 318, the videos how I usually do them. But right now, I'm actually going to be going through the odds and going through everything to see what parlays and what props, stuff I like for the whole entire card. So let me bring up the odds for this card, and then we can start breaking this down. I know the first fight of the night is going to be what's her name? Carly Judice taking on, what's her name? What is her name? I know it's Calolari. I can't remember her first name. You guys remember her first name? Right in the chat. I think it's Nicole Calolari. I think that's who it is. But yeah, like I said, guys, I'm going to be doing this right now. I'm going to be making my normal videos how I usually do them as well. So you guys, but this is going to be more of a breakdown of how exactly I make my picks, and I'm going to be going on like their previous fights and stuff. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do it when I break this down. So give me 1 second. I'm going to bring up these odds real quick. Let me get these odds. What's up, Mr. Carter? How are you doing? How is your day going? If you guys are here for the first time, click that thumbs up, like the video, guys. Let me know how if you guys agree or disagree with any of my picks, and write in the chat. If you guys have a pick, write in the chat of actually who you got on the cards that I'm going to be going, all the fights I'm going to be going over today. So let me get these odds out. Let me see this. I think it's Nicole Calolari. I think that's her name. So it is. that's her name, guys. Nicole Calolari taking on Carly Judice for the first fight of the night, guys. This is going to be a striker versus grappler match. Carly Judice is a -350 favorite. Nicole Calolari is a +275. The over 2.5, which is probably going to hit, honestly. I'm not going to lie to you. That's probably the play that people should parlay together. Maybe a fight to go to distance. That's a -260. The fight to go to decision. Let's bring that up real quick. See this. The fight to go to decision for that fight. The over 1.5 rounds, guys. You want to make a parlay piece? A good parlay piece is that over 1.5 round. It's a -500, but if you parlay like 2 or 3 of those things together along with your other confident picks, that's honestly a really good parlay piece. Over 1.5 rounds. I think the fight's going to go to decision, but it's a -225 the fight to go to decision. So that's another good parlay piece, because if you anything about me, I don't really take anything minus over 200. Maybe if it's a pick I'm very confident in, I'll take a -2, mostly -250, but usually I'll try to parlay it together to get it down to like in the ones. I don't like taking anything over +200 or -200, I should say. But yeah, going to that fight, guys, like I said, I give you guys all the odds. It's gonna be Carly Judice taking on Nicole Calolari. It's gonna be grappler versus striker. Carly Judice is gonna try to stay on the outside of the whole entire ring. You see on the outside, pick her apart, and Calolari is gonna try to take her down. Calolari is gonna try to move forward, get that double leg, take it down to the floor, and try to hold a lot of top control. I don't think Calolari is gonna be able to submit Judice. I think she's gonna be able to hold a lot of top control. My pick on that fight, I'm actually taking the underdog. First fight of the night, women's fight. Take the underdog, guys. This is a dog or pass. This is not a fight where you want to parlay Carly Judice. She's not really that good. She's fought a lot of low-level competition. She's lost like 2 or 3 fights already in her career. Nicole Calolari is 8-1 at the moment. She has fought a lot of decent competition as well, and she's actually won a decent amount as the underdog. So I think Nicole Calolari is actually a good play for the first fight of the night, honestly, if you guys ask me. If we go into these girls' previous fights. Let's check that out. Like, let's go. Like I said, I'm gonna be showing you guys exactly how I do this. So we're gonna go into Carly Judy's striker. She's 4-2. She's at the moment. Carly Judy's 4-2. Her last fight, she beat Eunice Duran. She was 6-0, but if you look at Eunice Duran's fights over her 6 fights, she fought low-level competition. So Eunice wasn't a really good fighter, honestly. You look at Gabriel Fernandez. That's a really good female prospect, and Carly Judy's lost that fight in a split decision. She landed over 150 strikes in that round, but I mean that fight. But Fernandez is a girl that's gonna stand there and bang with Carly Judy's, and Nicole is not gonna do that. She's gonna try to take her down. If you look at the last fight, her fight in Contender Series, that's the one where she actually fought a grappler, a girl that actually was trying to take her down in Ernesta. And Ernesta ended up winning that fight in split decision. So she's lost 2 fights by split decision. Carly Judy's, the one thing she doesn't have is she doesn't have good takedown defense. She has the volume. She throws a lot of strikes, but she does not have the takedown defense to sit there and keep the fight standing all 3 rounds. And with someone that's big as Nicole Calari, someone that has a grappling pedigree, Nicole Calari, I just don't believe she's going to be able to stop it. So that's 2 split decision losses on Carly Judy's record. So we can see even with low-level competition, she doesn't come out there and put it on a girl. It's going to be most likely a split. It's going to be a very close fight either way. And if it's going to be a close fight, you want to take the underdog, and especially at plus 225 as the first fight of the night, a women's MMA. Women's MMA, guys, is so unpredictable in my opinion. Like, that's probably like the most, when every single time I feel like I take a high favorite in women's MMA, unless it's Amanda Nunes, Kayla Harrison, the top echelon, Rose, Valentina Shevchenko, unless it's one of those top girls that's a big favorite, it seems like the dog is always live. So the plus 225 seems like actually a really good play. So that's going to be the play. I'm going to be taking Nicole Calari for the first fight. So now let's go look at Nicole Calari's last fights. Right now, she fought the girl Ernesta, the same girl that Carly Judy's lost in a split decision. She fought Ernesta. She lost in a split decision as well. But if you guys go back to that fight, you guys look up that fight. It's probably on Fight Pass or ESPN Plus. Nicole Calari versus Ernesta. I don't know how to say Ernesta's last name. Ernesta Caricate. Caricate is a girl where it was a very close fight, and I personally thought Nicole Calari won that fight. I thought she did a lot better than Judy's did. And I do believe that, like I said, it's going to be a close fight either way. Both of these girls have very close fights. And if it's going to be that close, take the underdog, plus 225. The good parlay piece for that one, honestly, is even the over 1.5 at minus 500. You guys can parlay that with almost any lock. It's going to go over 1 round and a half. It's going to probably go 2 decisions. So that's a minus 225 for the decision prop. So first fight of the night, guys, I'm taking Nicole Calari. I'm probably going to end up taking her as an underdog, plus 225. So give me Nicole Calari for the first fight. Second fight of the night, guys, is going to be Bruno Ferreira taking on Jacek McVeigh. Jacek McVeigh has had 2 fights canceled on him already. He was supposed to fight the first fight of the night, or the first fight of his whole career in the UFC. He was supposed to be fighting Cedric Dumas. Dumas, I thought he was going to lose. I thought McVeigh was going to have a really perfect game plan for him. I thought he was going to be able to outstrike Dumas. I think he was going to be able to take him down. I was on McVeigh on that one. Then he got that fight canceled. Then he got scheduled with Ewert, and then Ewert was a fighter where he was supposed to go in there. It's gonna be a lot closer fight, in my opinion, than the excuse me. Then it's gonna be a lot closer fight than a Dumas fight. I thought a Dumas fight, which McVeigh was a slight underdog in, but I did believe he was going to be a closer fight against Ewert. Ewert and him were probably going to go back and forth 50-50, but I was going to be on Jackson McVeigh in that one too. I thought he was going to be a lot closer fight, but he was going to win this one. Now we got Jacek McVeigh at a plus 450. The other one, like I said, he was a slight underdog against Dumas. It was a minus 120. Ewert, it was a minus 120. Or a plus 120. Sorry, plus 120. This one, Jacek McVeigh is now a plus 450. Against the guy in Bruno Ferreira, where Bruno Ferreira swings very heavy, but I've never been the fan of Bruno Ferreira. Don't get me wrong, he's a very powerful striker. He hits very hard, he swings very heavy, but he doesn't have the gas tank to last all 3 rounds. I believe if he doesn't get McVeigh out of there in the first 2.5, 4 minutes of the fight, he's going to get tired, and that's when McVeigh's going to put it on him. McVeigh is very big. McVeigh fights at this weight class at middleweight. He's a 6'4" middleweight. He's big. If you look, that's why they call him the Moose. He's humongous. This guy's gonna be towering over Bruno Ferreira. Bruno Ferreira is 5'9", 5'10". McVey is 6'4". He's gonna have the reach advantage. He has a really good 1-2 down the middle, and that's gonna be my pick, guys. I'm actually taking McVey at that plus 450, mainly because I think the odds are totally off. Going into this fight, when I saw it lined up, I probably would have had McVey maybe a plus 200 underdog and plus 180. But then I see plus 425. It's kind of crazy to me. I don't know, like, even if he loses, that odds don't parlay Bruno Ferreira. I see a lot of people are on Bruno Ferreira. He's the biggest favorite on this card, and I kind of don't understand it. Maybe it's because a lot of people are fading McVey. McVey hasn't fought the best competition, but if you look at the people he's fighting against, he's dominating them. He's knocking them out, submitting them within the first 3 minutes of a round, knocking people out in the first round, and he's literally dominant. If you look at Bruno Ferreira's losses, he lost by arm triangle in the Abus Magomedov fight. And Abus is a really good fighter, don't get me wrong. But Abus doesn't have the best gas tank. And Abus submitted him in that third round. So it shows a guy in Abus Magomedov that doesn't have the best gas tank either went up against Bruno Ferreira. That Bruno Ferreira actually gassed out against the guy that gasses out. And if he doesn't get him out in that first round, he's going to end up gassing out. And McVey is going to be live underdog, especially if you even want to take McVey after the first round, because he might even be a bigger underdog as live underdog. That actually might be a good play as well. Another guy that he's actually lost to, Bruno Ferreira's lost, so he's lost to Nursultan Ruziboev. Ruziboev is another guy just like McVey, 6'4", 6'3", big, long striker, fights from the outside, and that's another guy where I think Ruziboev is gonna have. I mean, Ruziboev actually had a really good game plan against Bruno Ferreira. He picked him apart from the outside, waited to Bruno Ferreira started overextending himself, and then Ruziboev ended up knocking him out in the first minute. And I'm not saying McVey has a power Ruziboev does, but from what I've seen in the regional scene, McVey is live. Like, this guy has a really good straight 1-2. He hits very hard. He's big for the weight class, and he has takedowns as well. He has grappling as well in his back pocket. So, like I said, McVey hasn't fought the best competition, but even if you look at Bruno Ferreira, like, his best win is Armen Petrosyan. Yeah, he submitted Armen Petrosyan, but Petrosyan is a journeyman at this point. Like, I don't think Petrosyan is even like top echelon of a fighter. I think McVey can beat Armen Petrosyan. That would be a good fight, but like I said, I'm taking the dog. I'm going to be taking McVey probably on the money line. He is a plus 425. The odds are way off on that, so I just think McVey is probably a really good play for that one. Let's go look at the odds. Let's go look at the over-unders on that one, because let's see exactly what you might even be a better line for taking it. See, McVey is a plus 425. Bruno Ferreira minus 575. The over 1.5 is a plus 200. Plus 200 for an over 1.5. So the bookies think this fight's going under 1.5. A lot of people probably think Bruno Ferreira is going to knock him out in that first round. I honestly don't. If you let me see, what is the odds for the fight to go at least one round? Let's see that. Let's see that one out. Fight to complete one full round is a plus 110. Guys, that might actually be a good play, because I don't think Bruno Ferreira is going to be able to knock out McVey in that first round. I don't think McVey wins. I don't think he's going to win the fight in the first round. I think this is a fight where McVey is going to have to grind him out. So the two plays I'm actually looking at, the fight to go to a decision, guys, plus 700. It's probably not going to go to decision. Probably not. Someone's going to get finished in this fight. But plus 700, damn. For a decision, you don't even need to pick a winner. You already get a plus 700 on that. It's kind of crazy on that one. But yeah, guys, I'm taking McVey, like I said. The two best plays I see for this one, where in my video tomorrow, I'll let you guys know exactly what bets I will be making. Right now, it's just more of me just breaking it down, seeing what plays are good. Like the first fight, I'm taking Nicole Carlari on the money line. I already told you guys that. The money line for the underdog in the first fight of the night, that's what I'm taking. But the two plays I see on this one is either you want to take that plus 425 on McVey money line. That's a good one. Or the fight to complete one full round, like a plus 110 to fight to complete one round. I just need 5 minutes, and that's a plus money. Seems like a good play. So, like I said, those are the two best plays I see for that fight. Second fight, guys, gonna be third fight, Ryan Spann taking on Lucas Brzeski. I'm taking Ryan Spann. He's a minus 225. I don't know if you want to pay that minus 225 for a Ryan Spann. Ryan Spann is a very heavy striker, but he tends to be an apple pie shitter. Ends up being a guy that's just gonna fuck up your parlays. Ends up not doing really well. And I just think Ryan Spann is gonna win this fight. But let's go look at the odds on that one, because Lucas Brzeski's biggest win in his whole career, he beat Walter Walker, but that was a Walter Walker in his debut, where Walter just didn't put everything together yet. He wasn't in shape. If you look at Walter Walker's shape now, he's in amazing shape. When he first came into the UFC, Walter Walker was kind of fat, guys. He wasn't in the best shape. He was in there thinking he can come in here easily. Now he's in better shape. If Lucas Brzeski fought Walter Walker now, Walter Walker would dominate that fight. But that's his biggest win. Lucas Brzeski's beat Walter Walker, and he's going to be that guy that's going to be like 60 years old and being like, telling his grandkids, guys, I went to the UFC and I beat Walter Walker. Like, that's going to be his name to fame. Like, but Ryan Spann has fought a lot of good competition. Ryan Spann has fought, he knocked out some good competition. But the one thing about Ryan Spann, it's like, it depends what Ryan Spann shows up. Is he going to be the Ryan Spann we all want for that fight to be there? And if he is, he's going to knock out Brzeski. Brzeski doesn't have the best chin at all. He tends to gas out, and I don't think he's the better striker than Ryan Spann. He's not going to be able to take down Ryan Spann. Ryan Spann can honestly take down Brzeski and honestly dominate him with the ground and pound as well. So my pick is going to be Ryan Spann for that one. I'm going to tell you guys right now, Ryan Spann's the pick, minus 225. If you guys want to look at the odds on that one, under 1.5 is a minus 185. Under 1.5, so you don't take minuses on under 1.5. So that's what you do not do. Don't go and take a minus play on under 1.5. That's not it. If you go and look at the fight to complete one round, that one's going to be kind of scary, because if Ryan Spann wins these fights, Ryan Spann usually comes in here and actually finishes the fights in one round. But the fight to complete one round is a minus 120. Do not take a minus for a fight to complete one round in this one. The only reason why we're talking about the last one, fight to complete a round, plus 110. Like, you see plus money for one round, might as well try to take that shot. But the two best plays, honestly, for this one is... Honestly, the only play I see on this one is Ryan Spann by finish. Probably Ryan Spann by finish, because I do believe he wins this fight by knockout, but you don't want to be like me last week, taking Fatima Klein by knockout. By submission, and then she goes and knocks her out. Like, take inside the distance. Like, I think Ryan Spann wins this fight inside the distance. If you guys go look at that one, let's go see it real quick. Ryan Spann inside the distance is... See, that line's actually high too, but you might as well take it. It's better than that minus 225. Minus 175, Ryan Spann by submission or decision to win this fight by, like, inside the distance, Ryan Spann. It might be even better to parlay Ryan Spann with like a favorite. If you want to parlay Ryan Spann with that over 1.5 for the first women's fight of the night, like I said, that minus 500 over 1.5, parlay that with Ryan Spann, you're going to get that down probably to a minus 140. That actually might be a better thing to do, because the only two plays I see in this one is Ryan Spann minus 225, parlay him with either a high favorite in the over-unders, go find some other spot for him. Like I said, the over 1.5 in the first women's fight, you could take that one and put Ryan Spann and parlay with that one. But if you just want to take that minus 175 instead of the minus 225, Ryan Spann inside the distance would probably be the play for that one. So, like I said, that's going to be that fight. Next fight, guys, is Jimmy Crute taking on Marcin Prachnio. And, guys, I am a big fan of Jimmy Crute. The one thing that gets me is this guy, it depends what Jimmy Crute shows up. If Jimmy Crute comes out there and shows up with his grappling skills, the way his striking is not all the way there yet. His striking has not made the improvements we all thought it would. And he doesn't have the best chin. This guy was fighting, and I didn't see that he had the hunger before. Now he has the hunger. In his last fight, I thought he won, but he ended up going to getting another draw. It kind of sucks. Like, the luck that Jimmy Crute gets is he's had these majority draws in fights that I think he's won. But he's fighting a guy like a lot less competition than Alonzo Menefield and these other guys. He's fighting Marcin Prachnio. Prachnio does not have good takedown defense at all. Like, Prachnio's been taken down many times in the UFC. Jimmy Crute, it could come out here, take this fight to the floor, win it by submission. Jimmy Crute is probably a play. Might be a little scary to parlay. He's a minus 340, but he should win this fight. If Jimmy Crute does not win this fight, he's probably going to be dropped from the UFC. This is a must-win for him, so Jimmy Crute might be a decent parlay piece, even though it's a little scary, because there's a lot of high favorites on this card. This card is a one you're gonna have to watch out for. See which plays you actually want, because it's kind of scary to see exactly what plays are the best plays to actually make in this card. You don't want to have your parlays messed up, but Jimmy Crute might be a good parlay piece. But if you go look, let's go look at that Jimmy Crute by submission. That might be the best play for this whole one. If you guys like props, you guys are prop better. Jimmy Crute by submission plus 170. That's a prop that might actually be better than that minus 340. Jimmy Crute, I don't think he knocks out Pacquiao. I don't think this fight goes to decision. I think Jimmy Crute honestly takes this fight to the floor and submits him. So Jimmy Crute by submission, that's a plus 170. If you go, let's go see the double chance. If they have the double chance on here, Crute by submission or decision, a minus 160. That's the better line, guys. Jimmy Crute to win this fight by submission or decision, because he's not knocking out Pacquiao. He's not gonna sit there and ground and pound. He's gonna have to use his grappling, make it to the third round, maybe even win a decision victory with a lot of top control. So I think that's the best play for this one. Take the Jimmy Crute to win this fight by submission or decision, because his only way winning this fight is getting this fight to the floor and either wrapping him up with something or getting this decision victory with a lot of top control. So best play for this fight, guys, is going to be either that submission prop at a plus what was it? Plus 170, or the submission or decision at a minus 160. Those are the best plays for that one. So, because I think Jimmy Crute wins that fight, decision or submission. So minus 160. If you guys are a plus money chaser, that plus 170 by submission is probably the best bet. So that's that one. Next fight, guys. This one, he's gonna win by knockout. Islam Dulatov taking on Fujit. He's gonna win by knockout. So Islam is probably one of the best strikers. A guy from Germany that did a lot of modeling in Germany. He's a big time kind of celebrity out in Germany. Everybody knows this guy from like magazines, underwear magazines, clothes magazines, shirt magazines, pants magazines. This guy's everywhere in all the fashion in Germany, and he fights as well. So Islam Dulatov is a big name where their UFC probably wants to get a lot of the fans from Germany out here watching him. And I just think that he's going to come in here and knock out Adam Fujit. Adam Fujit doesn't have the best head movement. He doesn't have the super best takedowns, the takedown Dulatov. Then Dulatov's going to be able to keep this fight standing for the most part. And probably end up winning, most likely, Islam Dulatov by knockout. So let's go look at that line, though. I don't know. It's a minus, guys, but still it's a good play, because like I said, Dulatov is going to knock him out in that first round. I'm pretty confident he's going to knock him out in the first round. Islam Dulatov by knockout, minus 140. Double chance to see even if he goes, he won't submit him. He will not submit Adam Fujit. See knockout or decision and see where that is. That's a minus 200. You don't pay minus 200s, honestly, but that if you want a safe play, just in case he doesn't knock out Fujit, but I'm pretty confident he does knock out Fujit, minus 140 for the knockout. Minus 200 for Islam to win by knockout or decision. He's not submitting, I'll tell you right now, he's not submitting Fujit. He won't. He's going to win this fight if he wins either by knockout or he's going to win it by decision. But the play that, best play for the money wise, for the value, minus 140, Islam Dulatov wins this fight by decision, or use him as a parlay piece, minus 650. I'm very confident in Islam. I think he comes out here and honestly wins this fight by knockout pretty easily. So that's that one. Let me take a sip of my drink, guys. Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew. Next fight, guys. Another fight where I'm very confident he gets a knockout. Ateba Gutierrez taking on Robert Valentin. Ateba Gutierrez, guys, I told you guys in my last breakdown, when he fought, I can't remember who was that guy's name, that Colombian guy, I can't remember his name. Got a brain fart, I can't remember the guy he fought last time. But I can check it out right now. When Gutierrez fought in his last fight, I told you guys I thought he was going to come out there, knock him out, and it was probably going to, that over 1.5 was a good play, because I was like, guys, he's going to end up getting this fight out of the first round for sure, because that guy had a chin. What is his name? Jose Medina. Jose Medina, that fight, I told everybody take him by knockout. That's what I said. I was like, even though Jose Medina has a chin, Gutierrez, it reminds me of, like, what weight class is this? It is the middleweight. He's a middleweight Francis Ngannou. He swings very heavy. He has good striking. He's very young. He's getting better. Gutierrez might be a top 5, top 3. Might be even a champion one day. Like, especially with this power, he can knock anybody out. And now is Robert Valentin. Valentin's gonna try to get this fight to the floor. It's the only way he wins this fight. Valentin, I don't think he's not gonna be able to get this fight to the floor. I see Gutierrez has some good takedown defense in his previous fights. And I just think Gutierrez is gonna end up knocking this fight out. If I had to say, I think it's gonna be Gutierrez by murder. Like, I just think like Valentin's gonna end up sleeping on the floor. I think it's gonna be a really bad knockout. But let's go look at this line. Gutierrez a minus 585. Maybe parlay him with Islam. Find another parlay piece in there to actually see exactly, because that's probably gonna come out to like a minus 250 if you parlay Islam with Gutierrez. But if you find another parlay piece, get that down a little bit. But Gutierrez is one of my confident picks. I just think he's gonna come out here and win this fight by knockout. Let's go look at those props. Gutierrez by knockout, minus 240. See, you might as well not even take that. A minus 240 by knockout. You do not want to take anything over minus 170, minus 180 for a prop. That is not a good bet at all. So the best bet for this one, guys, find parlay piece for Ante Gutierrez. I think Gutierrez, Islam, Dulatov. Find another parlay piece with that, as I do believe they come out there win that fight. I don't have much else to break down on that one, but I just think it's gonna be Gutierrez by murder. I think he's gonna literally like damn near kill Valentin and knock him out and have him unconscious on the floor. I'm not gonna say I want him dead. I don't want anyone to die in the MMA. Never. I never want to see that. But Gutierrez is gonna put that man to sleep. I kind of almost guarantee it. So next fight, guys. This one's a 50-50 fight. This one's very close. Nikolay Venekenov, I think it's Verentekenov, I don't know how to say his name, taking on Francisco Prado. Guys, this one, if you had to tell me who's going to win this one, I think this is dog or pass. He said off with his head, yeah. But I just don't think that Prado's all that. Prado hits very hard. He swings very heavy. But I just don't think Prado's that good. And Vernatenikov is a guy that is a striker. And if you're not telling me who I think is a better all-around fighter, it's Vernatenikov. I think Vernatenikov's a better striker. I'm surprised he's even in the UFC still. He fought, what is Paige Van Zant's husband's name? I can't remember her husband's name right now. But that's who he fought in his last fight. Paige Van Zant's husband was making his debut. Can't remember his name. I have to look it up right now. What is his name? Now it's gonna bother me if I don't remember his name right now. Let me see. What is his name? Austin Vanderford. So he fought Austin Vanderford in his last fight. If you guys remember that fight, Vanderford took him down over and over and like dominated that fight with the grappling. And then after the fight, Vunatanikov ran across the ring and pushes him. And I'm surprised he didn't get dropped from the UFC on that. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm surprised he's still in the UFC. But now he's fighting a guy that's gonna strike with him. Prado is going to strike with him. Prado's going to sit there and swing and bang with him. And I think Nikolay Vukhanikov is just a way better technical striker. I think this fight's going to end up going around where he's going to just pick him apart on the outside. I don't think he's going to be able to knock out Prado. And I honestly don't think anybody's going to get knocked out in this fight. So I would think the best prop for this one is the fight to go to decision. The over 2.5 is a minus 190. So kind of steep for a prop. Minus 190, kind of a steep prop. But if you take the fight to go to decision, fight to go decision is a minus 145. That's actually probably the best play. I think Vernatenikov's going to win this fight. He's a plus 125 if you want to take that plus money on the dog, because I think this is dog or pass. It's going to be a very close fight probably, but I just think Vernatenikov's a way better striker, a way better overall fighter, and I just think he's going to end up winning this fight, but it will go to decision in my opinion. So the best bet for this one, in my opinion, will be the fight to go to the distance in this one. But if you want to take Vernatenikovs by decision, the plus 250, that's a big line. That's one that's going to be a juicy one. If you guys want some plus money, 250 Vernatenikovs by decision, because this fight will go to decision, in my opinion. It will go to decision. So I think Vernatenikovs plus 250 at the decision. The fight to go to decision, what I said was minus 145, over 2.5 minus 190. those are the plays I'm looking at for that one. Next one, guys. Dog of the day, in my opinion. The dog of the day. Marvin Vettori taking on Brendan Allen. I'm taking Marvin Vettori. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I think Marvin's gonna win this fight. Marvin is a blockhead. Like, you can't knock this man out. This man got a blockhead, and he takes all the shots. He takes all the punishment. And Brendan Allen has shown his last fights he's gassing out. Brendan Allen's been having one good round and then getting tired. And if he gets tired against Marvin Vettori don't get tired. Marvin Vettori's going to keep coming forward and is probably going to end up winning this fight by decision. I think this fight's going to go to decision for sure. I don't think anybody gets finished. But the over 2.5 is the juice to a minus 350. So if you take Marvin, see, fight to go to decision, minus 285. Everyone thinks this fight's going to decision, and Marvin and Brendan Allen. I'm taking Marvin Vettori. I think Marvin Vettori wins this fight. He is a plus 165 to win the fight on the regular money line. But if you take Marvin by decision, if you want to get higher plus money, Marvin by decision is a plus 260, that's exactly how I think he wins this fight. He might go in there, lose his first round to Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen gets tired. Marvin starts moving forward, and Marvin ends up winning this fight. Marvin is a better striker than Brendan Allen, in my opinion. Way better striker. Marvin has good takedown defense. He holds, I think it was about a 70 to 80% takedown defense. Brendan Allen gets tired. Brendan Allen might get him down that first round, but after you see Brendan Allen's not going to be able to keep that pace going forward over and over again. So that's going to be my pick. The best bets for this one is, guys, for me, honestly, is going to be either Vettori by money line plus 165 or Vettori by decision at, let me see, what was it at again? Plus 260. Those are the two bets. Vettori money line, Vettori decision. Those are probably the best bets, because in a fight that's going to be that close, it's dog or pass. If you think Brendan Allen's going to win, on my opinion, minus 195, that is not there. I just don't believe that it's going to be the best bet. What's up, my guy? If you're here for the first time, click that thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the page. I'm going over my bets for UFC 318, my best ones I'm actually looking at. But I will have my video out tomorrow where I'm going to be putting out my actual bets and my actual predictions, and where I actually put my regular video. Right now, I'm just going throughout all the odds, seeing what the best ones I'm looking at. So that one, like I said, Marvin by decision, plus 270 or plus 250 around there, or that Marvin by on the money line. Next one, guys. This is probably the one you want to just take on the money line. Just take on the money line. It's going to be, yeah, Marvin by decision is a good pick. Yeah, I think Marvin's a really good pick, honestly. I'm not going to lie. Like, Brendan Allen's been getting tired recently. He might win that first round, but Marvin's not going to go away. Like I said, if you weren't here from the beginning of that, Marvin got a blockhead. He's going to take the punishment. He's not going to get finished. Marvin's going to keep moving forward. No reason to taking almost a minus 200 on Brendan Allen, honestly. I'm not going to lie to you on that. Next fight, guys. Kyler Phillips taking on Vinicius de Oliveira. I'm taking Vinicius Oliveira. I think the best play for that one is Vinicius on the money line at minus 150. But I do believe Vinicius can knock out Kyler Phillips. Kyler Phillips is going to have a good first round. Kyler Phillips is a one-round fighter. He comes in there, he just explodes on you in that first round, tries to take you down, tries to knock you out, but he's not going to be able to take down Kyler Phillips. If you guys remember that Vinicius Oliveira took on Ricky Simón could not take down Vinicius Oliveira. He went I think it was 2 for 15 in takedowns, 2 for 13 in takedowns. He was not able to take down Vinicius Oliveira. Vinicius Oliveira ended up knocking him out with a flying knee in that third round, and that just shows Vinicius has the power. He still has the cardio to knock you out in that third round. And Kyler Phillips, the one thing you know about him, he comes out there, he explodes in the first round, then he's not able to finish the fight. He's not able to keep the fight going at the same pace. He ends up getting tired. And if he gets tired against Vinicius Oliveira, I think Vinicius Oliveira can knock him out. So I think the minus 150 is the best play to take, in my opinion. Just take that money line on Vinicius Oliveira. I think that's probably the best one. You're getting him at a minus 150. That's already a good line for that one on the money line. But if you guys want plus money, you guys are a prop taker, the best prop is probably going to be Vinicius by knockout. Vinicius by knockout is a plus 310. Wow, guys. I might actually put some money on that. Plus 310. I think he can win that fight by knockout. I think he can knock out Kyler Phillips in that second or third round after Kyler Phillips gets tired. If you guys look at the double chance, what's knockout or decision? Let's see this. Double chance. Vinicius by knockout or decision. Where's it at? Where's it at? That's a minus 150. See, yeah, there's no reason to even like either take the money line or the knockout prop. Like I think the money line is the best play for that one. I think Vinicius wins this fight. I think he probably can knock out Kyler Phillips in that second or third round. So if you guys want to take that plus 375, which I might take that plus 325, sorry. I just think Vinicius is a good play to knock him out. Plus 300 over plus 300. That's actually a good line. But the safest play, Vinicius by regular on the money line, minus 150. You're getting great odds on that already because I do not think Kyler Phillips is going to be able to last all 3 rounds with Vinicius after that first round, and Kyler Phillips ends up gassing out, in my opinion. So that's that one. Next fight, guys. Over 2.5 rounds, Oliveira and Kyler. That scares me. Like I said, Kyler is going to get tired. We know that about Kyler. Kyler's going to explode in that first round. Vinicius is going to be able to stop his takedowns. And Vinicius has power going into that second and going into that third. If you like the Ricky Simón fight, he knocked out Ricky Simón in that third round by a flying knee when Ricky Simón got tired. So the over 2.5 kind of scares me. I'm on Oliveira. I think Oliveira is a better fighter than Kyler Phillips. And like I said, if you think that Kyler Phillips can last all 3 rounds with Oliveira, yeah, take it. If you don't think Kyler Phillips gets knocked out, I think there's a big chance Oliveira can knock him out in like that end of second, third round knockout. Third round knockout prop. What is that? Let me check that one. That's probably a high number. If we can cash one of those round knockouts, let's see this. Let me see. What's Vinicius? Vinicius by knockout in the third round, plus 1,400. If you can cash a plus 1,400 prop, that's wild. Because I do believe he can knock him out in that that third round. Plus 1,400 is a pretty great line. But if you think, what's the name can last all 3 rounds, take it. But I'm on the Oliveira side. I'm probably gonna end up taking Oliveira on the money line, putting a little sprinkle on that knockout prop, maybe even the third round knockout prop, throw a little sprinkle. But my main bet probably gonna be for that one is gonna be Oliveira on the money line because that kind of scares me. Kind of scares me to take the over 2.5 because, like I said, Kyler is gonna get tired. Kyler is gonna gas out. So getting into that next fight. Next fight's gonna be Michael Johnson taking on Daniel Zellhuber. This one, Daniel Zellhuber is going to be the pick. I think Zellhuber is a good parlay piece. Like I said, my 3 best parlay piece that I think so far is maybe that might be the 3-leg parlay I make. Tune into my video tomorrow that I'm going to be posting, and I'll give you guys if you guys know me for the first time, if you guys are here for the first time, subscribe. If you guys know me by now, all my bets are always in the description. So always check out my descriptions of my videos, and my bets will be in there exactly what I'm going to be taking. So tune into the video tomorrow, check out my description, and I will have the bets I'm going to be taking. But that 3-leg parlay honestly sounds. You got Phillips. All his losses have been by decision, so I see why people are on it. But I see it. Vinicius by KO or Phillips by decision. Yeah, like first round, Phillips gonna win the first round most likely. Kyler Phillips is most likely gonna win that first round because Kyler Phillips explodes. Like I said, he comes out there hell out of water, explodes in that first round, tries to get you out of there. And then that second and third is where I think Vinicius is gonna start putting it on him because Kyler does not have the gas tank to last, but I just think it's going to be either by knockout with Vinicius or Vinicius is just going to win the second or third round. But like I said, now going back to the Zellhuber fight, I just think Zellhuber at this point, if this fight was 3 or 4 years ago, I think Johnson would be a good play. I think Johnson would have been able to strike with Zellhuber if this fight was like 3 years ago. But I think the 3-leg parlay piece, let me see what that comes out to. That might actually be a great play because those are probably my most confident plays of the day, I would say. Let me see. Islam Dulatov, Ateba Gutierrez, Zellhuber. What's that come out to? Minus 179. Not that bad. Not that bad at all if you're thinking about those 3-leg parlay piece. And maybe you make it a 4-leg. Might as well make it a 4-leg parlay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. What if you add Kevin Holland? Because I haven't got there yet. I have not got there yet. But you guys know I'm gonna be taking Kevin Holland. You add Kevin Holland to that parlay, that 4-leg parlay. Kevin Holland, Zellhuber, Gutierrez, and Dulatov. Minus 120. That might be a lock parlay. I'm not even gonna lie. That might be a lock of a parlay. I'm like not even gonna lie to you. But Zellhuber, if you want, Zellhuber is gonna win the fight in my opinion. If this, like, I just think Michael Johnson's way over the age. I think he's getting up there in age. I think he's got a lot slower. I think he's going to be able to box for a little bit, but I just think Zellhuber's volume and the age and the speed is just going to be way too much for Zellhuber. I mean, for Michael Johnson of Zellhuber. But if I had to look at this one, guys, and you want to get plus money on a prop, or you want to get a prop, I think that Zellhuber by decision at a plus 165 is a good prop. I think this fight goes to decision. I think Zellhuber, I don't think Zellhuber is going to be able to knock out Michael Johnson. Maybe he will. That's why my main thing I'm probably going to do is parlay. Oh, excuse me. I think my main thing I'm going to do is parlay Zellhuber with somebody. Like I said, I'll probably make that 4 or 3 leg parlay. Depends on how much money line I want to get that down to. But Zellhuber by decision, honestly, is a really good play. I think Zellhuber probably comes in here, and Michael Johnson's probably going to be able to take the shots. I don't think Michael Johnson's going to get knocked out. Yeah, he's up there in age. Yeah, Zellhuber is a good striker, but I don't think he's going to be able to knock out Michael Johnson. That's just me. I think if you want, like I said, if you want to take plus money, that plus 165 on Zellhuber by decision, I think is a good spot. But if you also think he's going to knock out Michael Johnson, the Zellhuber by knockout is a, let's see, a plus 180. So the favorite, slightly favored, is Zellhuber by decision at a plus 165. Zellhuber by knockout plus 180. But the best play, guys, is probably to parlay Zellhuber. Might as well. He's up minus 625. He's going to win the fight, but that probably be the best bets for that one. Next one, guys, is going to next fight. Dan Ige taking on Patricio Pitbull. I think, guys, I'm taking Pitbull in this one. I think Pitbull is a good play. I think Pitbull is going to come out here and actually have a really good fight with Dan Ige. I think Dan Ige is, both of these guys are getting up there in age. I think Pitbull went out there in his first fight, and he had a really hard fight in Yair Rodriguez. Yair Rodriguez is top three fighter in that division. He's still getting better. Yair could be a champion one day. He's still getting better. Yair, like, he's in that top 3 echelon. He's one of the best fighters in this division. Patricio is taking a big step down in competition now against Dan Ige, and I think this is a tailor-made fight for him. I think he'll be able to take down Dan Ige, work his grappling. I think he's a better grappler than Dan Ige. I think the striking and the boxing might be pretty even. I don't think Dan Ige's level is above Pitbull or anything. And from what we've seen, if you guys know that what the UFC does when they bring these guys in from different organizations, when they bring in the guy from Ryzen, I can't remember his name. They give him tough fights for the first fight, their debut fights. Oh, Asakura gave him a title fight against Pantoja, which didn't make sense. Like, why are you gonna make this guy fight someone very high level? MVP. Who did MVP come make his debut against? Another, I can't remember exactly who MVP fought for his debut. But let me see real quick. Who did MVP fight for his debut? Let me double check this. Let me see this. Before I say this, I want to see who MVP fought for his debut. Where's MVP's topology? There it is. There it is. MVP came into the UFC. Oh, he fought Kevin Holland. He came in and fought Kevin Holland. What they tend to do, maybe not with MVP because he was a big name, but if you look at the other guys they bring in, like who just fought? Patchy Mix. You bring in Patchy Mix. They gave him a tough fight against Mario Batista. A guy that grapples in Patchy Mix, you give him the guy that is probably the best anti-grappler in the UFC, and Mario Batista. Mario Batista is just a dog. Keeps coming forward, stops a lot of his grappling transitions. He has good grappling. He has good boxing. Patricio Pitbull comes in. He fights Yair Rodriguez, top 3 fighter in the division. And even, MVP. They gave him Ian Machado Gary in his second fight. And if you guys notice, they give these guys tough fights, and then the next fight, they give them somebody so much lower. And that fight against Danny Ige, I see a lot of people on Danny Ige. I do, but I just think Patricio has a good chance of winning this fight. I do believe this fight goes to decision. I don't think anybody gets finished. Let's go look at that prop for the fight to go to decision on that one. Fight to go the distance. Minus 230. Yeah, there's no reason to even taking that. Minus 230. I think that fight goes to decision, and it's going to be a very close fight. So I think, yeah, Chandler and Hooker. Yeah, see, they give these guys tough fights when they first get here, and then they kind of ease their way in after that. Someone like Michael Chandler had a second fight. I mean, what's it called? Honestly, Michael Chandler just has fun fights. Let me see. I think I got Dan Ige knock him out. Probably not gonna put a prop, but I'm definitely going Ige. If you're on Ige, I understand. I see a lot of people on Ige, but I just think Patricio is going to be able to use his grappling and move forward. Like, I just don't think Dan Ige is all that. I don't think Dan Ige is going to be able to knock out Pitbull. I don't think, has Pitbull been knocked out recently? Let me go see that one. Because Pitbull has fought a lot of really good people. I know it was in Bellator, but Pitbull has fought a lot of good people. See, he just, the Pitbull knocked out Jeremy Kennedy, where, if you ask me right now, I think Jeremy Kennedy can beat Dan Ige. And Pitbull knocked out Jeremy Kennedy. I know that's not how MMA math kind of works, but I just think Jeremy Kennedy is a better fighter than Ige, and Pitbull ended up knocking him out. Sergio Pettis fight, that was a great fight. Sergio Pettis went back and forth, and then I'm trying to see. Pitbull's been knocked out once since. Dang, Pitbull's been knocked out one time in his whole entire career. Yeah, twice. But he's only been knocked out once since, when was that last fight? Well, one was a leg injury, so that's not really a knockout. That's an injury. So, yeah, Pitbull's been knocked out one time in his whole entire career. I don't see Pitbull getting knocked out. I see Dan Ige and him putting on a great fight, but I think that's more of a dog or pass for me. I'm not going to be a guy that's going to take Ige at a minus 215. Maybe you want to parlay him. Like you said, you might parlay him with Zellhuber. That might be a good parlay piece, like Zellhuber, Oliveira, Ige. I think Oliveira wins. I think Zellhuber wins. Ige is going to be the one I'm kind of scared about, because I do believe Pitbull has a good chance of winning that fight. Leroy Murphy, yeah, I understand that, but Leroy Murphy is a guy that it's hit or miss. Leroy Murphy is so much better than he shows in the ring. Leroy Murphy sometimes tends to like not show up, and I feel like that Ige fight was the one that he didn't like show his best output. Like, yeah, he lost. And the Sean Woodson fight, if you remember the Sean Woodson fight, he knocked out Sean Woodson, but going into that third round, Sean Woodson was up 2-0 on him. Going into that third round, Sean Woodson was like kind of cruising in that fight, and Ige just cracks in that third round. So, like I said, that fight's very close. Ige Pitbull, very close fight. That's probably one I'm not going to put too much of an investment in, probably in my betting slip. But the pick for me is going to be Pitbull. I think Pitbull's going to pull it out by decision. Now, the next fight, I gave you guys my prop already. I gave you guys my pick already. Kevin Holland against D-Rod. I think Kevin Holland beats up D-Rod. I think he can knock him out. I think he can submit him. I think the line is a little off for sure. Should be closer than the Pitbull has. Yeah. I think the line is way off. I think it should have been closer. Honestly, I agree. But Kevin Holland, I think honestly Kevin Holland's going to finish D-Rod. I think Kevin Holland's going to beat up D-Rod. I think Kevin Holland's a really good parlay piece. I think Kevin Holland comes in here and honestly dominates the fight. I don't think D-Rod's a better striker. I don't think D-Rod has like the better cardio. I think Kevin Holland's just a way better grappler than him. And the prop, if you guys, because I'm going to parlay Kevin minus 175. I'm going to put Kevin Holland in there with somebody. But the prop I'm looking at on that one is Kevin Holland by submission. I think Kevin Holland has a good chance of getting the Darce. Kevin Holland has one of the best Darce chokes in the UFC right now. He'll hurt you, walk up, and wrap your neck up when you don't even expect it. If you put your head down at all like this, Kevin Holland with his long-ass arms and long limbs, he's going to grab a hold of that Darce. And I think that's honestly a really good play. Kevin Holland by submission at a plus 230. I don't think Kevin Holland knocks out D-Rod. I don't know. That's the favorite. It's a plus 175. I think it's more of like Kevin Holland hurts D-Rod, hits him really hard, grabs a hold of that Darce, and then ends up grabbing onto his neck and submits D-Rod. But I'm going to parlay Kevin Holland with somebody. Like I said, if you guys are here for the first time, check out my video that'll be out tomorrow. Click the thumbs up on this video, like the video, subscribe. Don't miss out on anything I have coming out forward. I will have PFL Africa out, so check out my PFL Africa as well. But tomorrow, I will also be dropping my UFC. The description, I'll have all my bets I'm going to be making. I will parlay Kevin Holland. That's probably going to be my main thing on this one. But if you're looking at a prop, a plus money prop, Kevin Holland by submission, it's 220, 230 plus 230. You might as well just like, it said, I'm pretty sure Kevin Holland by decision is plus money, and D-Rod is pretty tough. Yeah, Kevin Holland by decision is a plus 225, but I think Kevin wins this fight everywhere. Like, don't get me wrong, I think Kevin's a better striker, grappler, better cardio. I think Kevin Holland just all around better. He's at 170 now, so Kevin Holland does really well at 170. But I don't know. Like, if you look at the props in this one, they're all close. Holland by knockout, which I agree. D-Rod's very tough. I don't think D-Rod gets knocked out at all. Plus 175. I'm probably not going to take that one. But the submission, I can see Kevin Holland getting a hold of that neck. I really can. Like, that's going to be a really good prop, I think. A plus 230. Kevin Holland by decision, I can see that as well. 225. But the best thing I see, what submission? Let me see the double chance. Submission or decision. Let's see that. That's a good one. minus 135. If you want to get that prop down, Kevin Holland by submission or decision, a minus 135. Kevin Holland is going to submit him or win the decision victory. Like, I don't see him knocking out D-Rod. D-Rod, like you said, he's very tough. He tends to be very durable. I don't think he gets knocked out by Kevin Holland. But I can't see Kevin Holland getting a hold of that neck. So I'm going to parlay Kevin Holland. I'm probably going to put a little bit on that submission prop. But the other prop, like I said, the double chance, Kevin Holland by submission or decision, minus 135. That's a really good one as well. So Kevin Holland's a pick for that one. I think he does it by decision or submission. That's probably the pick for that one. Next fight, guys, Roman Kopylov taking on Paulo Costa. This one, I'm just not a big fan of Paulo Costa. I was talking to someone yesterday. I told Mr. Carter, I was talking to him yesterday. I was telling him about how Paulo Costa hasn't beaten anybody. He has not beaten anybody since 2019. Like, 2019 is his last time he's actually beaten someone that was good. He beat an old Yoel Romero, which it was a back-and-forth fight. Yoel arguably won the fight. I can't remember who else Paulo Costa beat. He beat somebody else as well. Let me see. Who did Paulo Costa since 2019? 2019, guys. Yes. Since 2019, yes, that's who he beat. Luke Rockhold. He beat a old Yoel Romero, which arguably Yoel won the fight. It was a very close fight. And he beat Luke Rockhold. Or Luke Rockhold, you guys remember that fight? Luke Rockhold's on top of him in that third round, rubbing his blood all over him, like, you stupid fucking, like, basically just like cussing him out and everything. That was wild. Like, great. That was another great fight. But he hasn't beat anybody unless they're old. Everybody else he's lost to. And now he's fighting a guy in Roman Kopylov, where Roman Kopylov is a very good striker. Stands on the outside, picks people apart, has a very all-around good game. He's training in Dagestan now, to where he's learning a lot of his wrestling transitions. So I don't know if Paulo Costa is going to be able to take him down. And Paulo Costa tends to get picked apart by those long strikers that are just very technical, and I think that's what Roman Kopylov's going to do. I think he's just going to be the more technical fighter, stand on the outside and pick apart Paulo Costa. I do believe this fight goes to decision because Paulo Costa tends to be durable. Besides that Israel Adesanya fight where Izzy just caught him with the perfect shot, Paulo tends to be durable. Paulo tends to be able to take a good shot and take some punches. So if both Paulo and Marvin lose, they should fight each other again. Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. I do think Marvin beats him again. And you remember that one? Marvin went up. I think didn't Marvin go up in that weight class? I think they fought at like a catch weight where they were both big in that one. Honestly, if I'm not mistaken. But I think the best bets for this one, guys, is Kopylov at a parlay piece might not be the best move, but if you want to parlay him, Kopylov. But to me, looking at all the odds, it's either going to be Kopylov. Excuse me. It's going to either be a Kopylov by decision. It's a plus 100, even money. Kopylov's probably going to end up winning this fight by decision. If you want to take a This is about special. I see this one. That one actually might be good too. Roman Kopylov to win in round 2 to start. Or what's Kopylov and over 1.5? Let's see that. Kopylov and over. What? How is that even worse odds? Yeah, I see Roman Kopylov to win the fight in round 2 to start is a minus 160. That actually be a good line as well, because I don't believe Kopylov finishes him in the first round. If Kopylov is going to finish him, it's going to be in like that late second, third round area. But I just think Kopylov picks him apart. I think Kopylov's just a way better striker. I think Kopylov's just going to stay on the outside, pick him apart, a lot more technical. And then honestly win this fight probably by decision. That'll be my pick, Kopylov by decision. So like I said, the best bets for this one in my opinion is Kopylov to win the fight in round 2 to start at minus 160, or Kopylov to win by decision at a plus 100. Those will probably be my best bets for this one. Now for the main event, guys. Main event, Max Holloway against Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier's last dance. This one, guys, I'm taking the underdog. I'm taking Dustin Poirier at a plus 112. I think Dustin Poirier comes in here and wins this fight. I think he's probably going to do it by decision. I don't think he's going to be able to knock out Max Holloway. I think this is going to be a very close fight. Don't get me wrong, very close fight. But Dustin has beaten Max twice already. Max tends to lose against these very good technical boxers. I don't count the Gaethje as a technical boxer. Gaethje is more of a brawler. But if you see, what's up, my dude? But if you see Gaethje, how Gaethje tends to pick people apart. I mean, not Gaethje, sorry. Dustin Poirier tends to pick people apart and shows them the elite striking on the outside. And Max Holloway does not do good against elite, like kind of elite boxers like that. Look what Ilia Poirier did to him. Look what Alexander Volkanovski did to him. These guys that stand on the outside and pick him apart and show a lot of technical abilities are the guys that end up beating Max Holloway. If you get into a barn burner brawl against Max Holloway, that's where Max does his best, because then Max will turn into the matador and end up picking you apart. But Dustin Poirier is up 2-0 on him at the moment. I don't see how Max is going to win this fight. Dustin is in his hometown. Dustin is his retirement fight in his hometown. He's been wanting to fight in New Orleans for a long time, and I just don't see Dustin coming out there and losing. I'm not going to put a prop, but I have a feeling he's going to jump the gilly a lot in his last time he fights. So, bro, I was thinking the same thing. He might jump the gilly. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, dude, like, if there's any fight that Dustin Poirier can jump guillotine, it's this one. Max Holloway is not going to be able to out-grapple him or stay holding top control on him. He can jump the guillotine and get right back up, in my opinion, against Max Holloway. So that might actually be a good one. Like, just imagine that. His last fight, getting the guillotine in his last fight of his career, jumping gilly, I think it's a possibility. I wish they had that prop. Him by guillotine, that'd be a great prop if they had it, but I don't see it. They don't have like actual submissions. That'd be crazy if my bookie did. But yeah, like I honestly, I think I'm staying with you. I'm probably not gonna put a prop on it. I'm probably just gonna be taking Dustin Poirier on the money line. It's already plus money. I might as well take him at a plus 112 at the moment. But if you wanted to prop it, Dustin Poirier by decision. A plus 325, that's kind of crazy to me. A plus 325. I might end up putting a little bit on that prop. Plus 325 that's a very high line against this fight. I think a lot of people believe Dustin can knock out Max. I don't think he can knock out Max. I don't think he has the power to knock out Max. I think just Ilia Poirier's power, as what we've seen recently, is just insane. But I think Poirier wins this fight by decision. It's a plus 325, the decision prop. Yeah, but I just think, like I said, I think Ilia's power is just insane. I think Ilia can knock out a middleweight if he wanted to. Like, Ilia's technique and power are just insane. I'm the biggest Ilia Poirier fan, so his power and his technique is just insane. He can knock anybody out. And I don't think Dustin has that power anymore. I think Max is going to be able to take the shots. But a plus 325 as a decision, that's a good play. I'm going to be probably taking the money line on it because it's already plus money. I'm with you, though. That plus 1,000. Plus 1,000, Dustin Poirier by submission. He jumps the gilly. I can see it. Plus 1,000. That's actually a good play. That might actually be a sneaky one right there. But the best two props I see for this one, guys, is Dustin Poirier is there a Dustin over 1.5? Let me see that. Let me see this. Dustin in over 1.5 rounds is a plus 140. That's another one. So those would be like the plays I would say. Dustin either on the money line, Dustin by decision at a plus 300, or to take the plus 140, Dustin over 1.5 rounds. Those are like the best plays I see for this one for the main event. I want Dustin Poirier. I think Dustin Poirier wins his last fight and goes out with a bang and has a new BMF title wrapped around his waist and goes out with the title, honestly. So give me Dustin Poirier in that one. Dustin Poirier on the money line, Dustin Poirier by decision, or Dustin Poirier on the over 1.5. And all right, guys, that is it for this one. That's it for this whole entire breakdown. If you guys were here with me, I appreciate it. Click that thumbs up, subscribe. My video will be out tomorrow. Check it out. I will have all my bets in that description. If you guys want to tail me, if you guys want to fade me, do as you will. But we've been killing it these last 3 weeks. All 3 weeks, we've been killing it. If you look at it, if you follow UFC prediction trackers, 2 weeks ago, we were the #1 predictor on YouTube. Last week, we were a top 5 predictor on YouTube. So can't knock out the skulls or Patty. I'm telling you, dude. Patty is going to go to sleep against Ilya. If they ever fight, he's knocking out Patty. I almost guarantee he's knocking out Patty. But what's it called? I'm going to be putting my video out tomorrow, so check that out. I will be having PSL Africa out either later on tonight or tomorrow, so check that out as well. And all right, guys, I'm out of here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.